back. First Man 2 now, live on Indiegogo. Oh, you know I love comic books, but you know what I also love? I love mini comics. Mini comics are awesome, so I thought I'd show some of the original ones I own. Of course, I've got Masters of the Universe. These are the original mini comics that came with their original toys back from the 80s, so we'll look through those. I've got this one Sectaurs right here that came with a Sectaurs toy. You're like, Sectaurs, who cares? This is special, and I'll tell you why when I get to it. And Atari Force. I had these as a kid. There's 5 of them. I only have 1 and 3, so I need to get 2, 4, and 5. So if anybody has them, maybe wants to trade for some artwork, you let me know. So let's go through these first. Atari Force. Now, DC did the Atari Force comic, drawn by the great Jose Luis Garcia Lopez, and I like it, but these are the costumes I wish they were drawn in the Atari Force comic book, and they weren't, unfortunately. This is drawn by Ross Andrew, fantastic artist, written by Roy Thomas. Oh, got a little reflection from a light. Let's see if I can kill that some. There we go. So Ross Andrew, inks by Dick Giordano and Mike DiCarlo. Look at that. This came out, by the way, in 1982. Cool 2-page spread here of the Atari Force compound. It's the year 2005. Whoa! I lived through 2005. Stuff didn't look like this. I love this artwork. I love Dick Giordano's inking. Mike DiCarlo maybe did backgrounds. I'm not sure how they split it up. I would assume Dick Giordano inked the figures on it. Classic Ross Andrew artwork, though. I haven't read these in a while, but I love the building. Basically looks like the Atari symbol. Out in space, there's no blackened stars in this space. The man, Martin Champion, commander of Station 1 and chief troubleshooter for Atari Institute. Martin Champion, that is a name right there. Here we go. Get those Atari Force uniforms on, buddy. There we go. Just fun stuff. I want to see stuff like this again. We got Cape Canaveral. I mean, these were just some fun comics. This was supposed to be black. That's a little X right there. As a kid, I didn't know that, but as a professional comic book artist of 30 years, I can spot mistakes. So it's just fun. Fun stuff, kind of establishing the people. Great classic face here. Kind of has a Jose Luis Garcia Lopez feel to it. That's very nicely drawn. But of course, it's Ross Andrew. So, nice little story here. And this is quite a number of pages, too. I thought there was a page count here. Look at that. Ba-boom! Chapter 3. Final Approach. I should go back and reread these, because this is nothing like the Atari Force comic books, if I remember correctly. That dude looks tough as nails. You don't mess with this guy. Boom! Big explosion. This is original art you don't really see for sale much either. How many pages was this? Hold on. This was close. This was like 40-some pages, if I remember correctly. Look at that cool figure. That's a great costume. If I could draw an Atari Force comic, I would, and I would want to draw it with them wearing those costumes. Let's look at number 3. Now, I really love this one. Nothing against this first one by the great Ross Andrew. This one is drawn by the man, Gil Kane, inked by Dick Giordano and Mike DiCarlo. Dick and Mike did not ink Gil Kane much in his career, so this I thought was awesome. A great team up here, seeing Dick inked by these guys. Of course, it's got the great Gil Kane weirdness going on. You can totally tell this is Gil. Love it. Love the dynamic page layouts Gil's known for here. I can't read this because I don't have number 2. So I got to get number 2 so I can read this stuff. I actually have a little comic book database on my phone, and it says in my database I recorded that I have 1 through 4. And I know that's total BS because I only have 1 and 3. So I made a grave mistake when I made that recording. But this is just cool sci-fi looking stuff. That's a Gil Kane figure there. Dude could eat a sandwich. He's a little skinny. Just saying, he might want to eat a sandwich. Make that sandwich. It looks like Mike DiCarlo did more of the inking on the figures here because DiCarlo has a definite ink style. And I can tell the difference between Mike's inks and Dick Giordano's inks. So maybe Dick inked faces or something and DiCarlo did the figure work. I don't know. I'm not sure how they split it up. Look at this. We're already on page 25. Bang for your buck when you're buying these toys, getting these. I assume these came with toys. Now I got to check. I don't know. I don't have any Atari Force toys. But I do remember having these comics back in the 80s, and I would think they came with toys. Great stuff here. I like the designs of the spaceships and stuff. I think this stuff is still holds up today. You put some modern coloring on this stuff, and trust me, I like this coloring. This is good flat color right here. You're working flat color. You've got a limited palette. You got to know what you're doing. And let's go back and see who colored this once I get to the end. Let's see, 46, 47, 48 pages. Oh, I love this. Atari Force fact file. Number 1, Commander Martin Champion. This is drawn by Ross Andrew, not Gil Kane. Looks like it's inked by Dick Giordano. Colorist on this, let's see. Adrian Roy, one of the best colorists of the time. You know, I might have to do some drawings of these Atari Force people in these costumes. And there you go. The cover has a little more full color to it. Now, let's get to Masters of the Universe. Now, you want to talk mini comic. Look at the size of this. This is smaller than a comic book. Look at this little baby. Woo! A lot smaller. This is drawn by Alfredo Alcala. Right here. Let me see if I can zoom in for you guys. Let's see. Give me a second with the camera shake. There we go. Let me get this centered right for you guys. Let me make sure. Oh, yeah. There we go. Look at my big hands. So this was drawn by Alfredo Alcala. They don't mess around. They start right on the inside front cover. Alfredo did the pencils, inks, and colors to it. This was done in the 80s, but it was colored full color, so he probably did it blue line style. Look at that He-Man and Teela. Yes, this is how they should look. This, I would love to draw He-Man this way. And if you're curious, Dark Horse put a book out 8 or 9 years ago collecting all of the Masters of the Universe mini comics. It's over 400 pages. It's bigger than this. The book they put out is probably twice this size, but it collects them all. So while I only have 3 actual mini comics, I do have the book that collects them all. Look at that He-Man fighting this monster. There's Battle Cat. Yes. Just great stuff here. This dude's like, I ate too much. Burp. So if you never got to see Alfredo draw any Conan type stuff, well, now you're looking at it. Blonde Conan, blonde He-Man. Big collector here. Here we go. Nice splash page. Man-at-Arms, Teela, He-Man. He-Man's mommy and daddy. On the inside back cover, they wasted no space. Look at see, most people don't pay attention to this stuff. The drapery here is just gorgeous. Alfredo Alcala could do just some of the best drapery. The wrinkles in this drapery, just gorgeous. And of course, advertisement for the toys. I think this one is by Alfredo as well, so we'll go through this one next, right here. Once again, boom, inside front cover. Michael Halperin, the writer. Alfredo Alcala does the rest. Beautiful drapery here on Prince Adam's mom. I have the power. He did draw him a little skinnier too, and then he morphs into Big He-Man. I love these mini comics because for these, they were doing just splash pages and 3-panel pages, 2-panel pages. You don't have time to mess around with tiny panels. Big ass He-Man. Yeah, even this dude, Bumblebee or whatever the hell his name is, looks cool. God, I would love to have drawn a mini comic for He-Man. Or anything. And these were short. I haven't been counting the pages, but this is page 8. So these things are not long. Not like the Atari Force ones, which page counts into the 40s. 2-panel pages. Beastman. Mechanic, if I remember correctly. Up to page 12. Page 13. Nice shot of He-Man. He's going to throw Beastman into the water. Take that, Beastman. Hope you can swim. The end. Page 14. 14 pages. Advertisement for toys. This one I saved because this spotlights early work of, and this is cardstock. This is thicker. Early work of Mark Texiera. Inks by Todd Smith. Colors by Anthony Tolan. Written by Gary Cohn. Mark Texiera, who had gone on, did Ghost Rider stuff, great Sabretooth miniseries in the 90s, run on Wolverine, Punisher in space, Punisher, just regular Punisher. I mean, this was early Mark Tex stuff. 1982, Mark Neil Adams influence. You can see by some of these layouts and stuff. You can see the early Tex style in this stuff, in his figure work. Oh yeah. The Sorceress. Just, I love this stuff. The only thing that could have been better is Mark inking it himself. But, you know, this was one of his first gigs. They were probably like, no, man, we're teaming you up with an inker. And that's it. Look at that short story. No, I don't think it's over. I think it's just an ad on the 2 pages. And back to the story. See, it wasn't over. Up to page 10. You can see some of the Neil influence here with the panel layouts and foreshortening and stuff. Mark actually did an issue of Megalith for Neil that he fully painted. Mark is a great painter as well. He did a whole issue of Megalith that is fully painted in acrylic paints that I really enjoy. And there it ends. And then of course, these nice paintings. These are paintings. It looks like gouache of the toys. See that? That's cool. And now, the piece de resistance. Make sure this is lined up. Sectaurs. You're like, Sectaurs? Who cares? I tell you why. This Sectaurs is early Bart Sears. This is one of Bart's first jobs. This mini comic from 1984. So I was 14. Bart was 20. It's stained. I've never seen another copy of this anywhere. Trust me, if I did, I'd buy it to have more than one. This is Bart. I don't know if he inked it himself. He got no credit. I don't think Bart knows if he inked it. Actually, maybe Bart did ink this himself. Fun design stuff. There are definitely Bart-isms here. You can tell, you know, if you know Bart's work, you can look at it and be like, oh yeah, that's a Bart hand. The camera angles. 20-year-old Bart Sears. Good stuff. If I could find some of this original art, it would be so cool. This is a small female figure, but you could tell by the nice flow of the figure here and here. This is definitely Bart Sears stuff. drawn in comic book proportion too. So unlike the Masters of the Universe, which were more magazine proportion and Atari Force, this is comic book proportion stuff. That's definitely a Bart figure. And I haven't seen many more of these Sectaur mini comics either, so I don't know who drew other ones of these either. Here's the big tall tale sign to me. This is Bart stuff. This camera angle here, but this twist to the figure. It's got this nice twist and flow going down, curve of the body. Same with this guy here, the back shot, nice twist going on through the body. Just the camera angles and stuff. I mean, Bart had it going on. Hey, Bart will look at this stuff and be like, oh, I was 20. That stuff blows. And look, I look at my early stuff that people are like, that stuff's awesome. And I cringe a little. All us artists do that with our early work, but I still can appreciate this stuff. 2-panel pages, nice big stuff. Look at this spider thing. I think Bart did ink this stuff, now that I recall. And I think the Sectaurs comic book, I think Mark Texiera actually drew some of the Sectaurs comic book. So nice low angle here, perspective. All these Barterisms, Searserisms, whatever you want to call it, going throughout this whole mini comic. So there you have it. And didn't do a page count, but that's these are the mini comics I own. Let me zoom the camera back out, steady it up. Sectaurs by Bart, Mark Texiera, Masters of the Universe, a couple of Alfredo Alcalas, Gil Kane Atari Force, and Ross Andrew Atari Force. The mini comic collection of me. These are pretty much it. I do have one of the new Masters of the Universe. It's not handy, or I'd show it from the new toys. But there you go. So love me some mini comics. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. I will talk to you guys later. Go back. First Man 2 Learning Curve now on Indiegogo. Link in the description below. And of course, you're going to see the trailer for it at the end of this video. Bye, guys.
Luke Henry, after kicking Monarch's ass to the depths of space, is back on Earth, and now he's looking to save the world from the Fourth World Foundation. Sure, he had help from Penumbra before, but she's not helping him this time. He's got to face it on his own. He's coming for a villain known as Adonis. He'll do it. You'll be there. Back it now. First Man 2 Learning Curve.